Hola amigos, bienvenidos! Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode of the Language Tutor Spanish series. I'm so glad you're with me today on this episode. You know, before we get going into this lesson today, which we have a great one for you, I want to ask you a question. Have you subscribed to the podcast yet? You know, I made the podcast specifically so you could go over and review and practice what you're learning here on these lessons. So if you haven't checked out the Language Tutor Spanish podcast, go in there and type in the Language Tutor Spanish and you'll find me there. It's on iTunes and Spotify and several other platforms. So check it out. And I'd love to see you there and practice with you while you're driving or working or cleaning the house, whatever you're doing. It's a great time to practice. So, some of the episodes just go over vocabulary and some of them go over concepts and some of them allow you to form sentences or respond or think about situations. So it's a great way to practice what you learn. Okay, check out the Language Tutor Spanish podcast. Well, on today's YouTube lesson here on the Language Tutor channel, I've got the first episode of a 3-part series. Now, in these 3 lessons, this one and the next 2 after it, we're going to be looking at some verbs in the past tense. Now, you can probably guess why I am grouping the verbs together today. Well, it's because they're similar. And we group things in our mind because they go together and they make sense together. And that's exactly what these 3 verbs do today. Now, these 3 verbs are in the past tense. Now, this is the preterite, meaning that it happened and it was done and it's over with. It's not the imperfect tense that was going on and on in the past tense. So remember the preterite, it happened, it was done, it was over with. All right. So today I'm going to give you 3 verbs in the preterite, and those verbs are these 3 right here. Hacer, which is to do or make. Querer, which is to want. And also venir, which is to come. Okay, now let's start out with the verb hacer, to do or make. So this is going to be, I did or I made in the past tense. Let's put our chart up right here. This is going to be a real easy lesson for you. The first one is Issei. Yo hice. That means I did or I made. So Issei, you can see it's got that E in it, like the AR verbs in the preterite. No accent though. None of these have accents, so you don't have to deal with those. So we have Issei. Down below there, we're going to use that ER and IR ending for verbs in the past. Hiciste. Hiciste. And then down here on the bottom left, we're going to change that C and make it quiso. Quiso. So we've got Issei, hiciste, and quiso. Now over there on the top right, I bet you're already guessing this, aren't you? ER verb in the past. Hicimos. Hicimos. All right, now moving down below to that vosotros form. Now remember, we're going to take that hiciste, we're going to move it over to the vosotros form and add that is to it. We get hicisteis. Hicisteis. And in the bottom right, I'm guessing that maybe you're starting to see a pattern here. Maybe you're already spitting these out, but it's hicieron. Hicieron. So you're noticing these endings look familiar to you, I'm sure. All right, so there is hacer in the past tense. Now let's erase these and let's put up querer, to want, in the past tense. And when I put these up, you're going to go, oh, I'm starting to see this pattern now. Now you're going to see why we grouped them together. All right. So the first one I wanted was quise. Quise. Now down below that is quisiste. Quisiste. And you might be able to guess the next one. The él, ella, usted form is quiso. Quiso. So we have quise, quisiste, and quiso. I bet you know what the next one is. We wanted. Quisimos. Quisimos. Good. Now, next one down, the vosotros form. Take the tú form, slide it over. Quisiste. Quisisteis. That's a big long word. Quisisteis. All right, now we've got the vosotros form. And then the bottom right, we've got quisieron. Quisieron. So we're just applying those patterns of endings. All right. Now we got one more I want to show you with this group. So to erase those and put up this one, venir, which means to come. So the I form of that would be vine, vine. The tu form would be viniste, viniste. And the bottom left is vino. Yeah, it looks like the word wine, doesn't it? Vino. But don't worry, they'll understand what you mean in context. You know, when you speak in Spanish, they'll know whether you're saying he or she or you came or wine. It just makes sense. Okay. Now, up in the top right, we're going to say we, and that is vinimos, vinimos. And then we're going to take the tu form, slide it over, add the is, vinisteis, vinisteis. And then the bottom right is vinieron, vinieron. Okay. Now guys, that's 3 verbs. You can see that pattern, see why we did them together. All right. Now, on the next episode together, we're going to do 3 more, and you'll be able to bring those into conversation. But, you know, right now, just focus on these 3 verbs. Bring them into conversation as much as you can and practice all the time, my friends, mis amigos. And I will see you on the next episode of the Language Tutor Spanish. Hasta muy pronto. Friends, thanks for watching the Language Tutor. If you have a question for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section below the video. And please click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our language lessons.